Thank you. Good evening, Excellencies. It's a pleasure to be here. And I also want to thank Luigi Di Maio and his team for launching this format last year in Luxembourg. And it seems these days that more history is being produced that we can digest. And much of this change is very close to home. For every moment of instability, however, there's an opportunity to overcome together. Let me give you 3 examples, starting with Iran. 10 years after the JCPOA came into force, the UN Security Council reimposed sanctions on Iran a week ago. We engaged in very intensive diplomatic efforts with Iran ahead of and during the 30-day window of the snapback was triggered by France, Germany and United Kingdom. This, however, did not result in creating the conditions for a possible extension of the relevant United Nations Security Council resolution. The European Union will now reimpose all previously lifted UN and the EU nuclear-related sanctions without delay. But the snapback of sanctions and nuclear restrictions must not be the end of diplomacy. In this spirit, I will continue to reach out to all stakeholders, including Iran, because a sustainable solution to the Iranian nuclear issue can only be achieved through negotiations and diplomacy. We can work together to ensure that Iran will become a responsible partner. Maritime security is another example of where we should find a common way forward. The Red Sea and Gulf of Aden have become global flashpoints. This summer, 2 Greek-operated cargo ships were sunk in the Red Sea and several members of their crews killed. A few weeks ago, another tanker was attacked, and only a few days ago, a Dutch-flagged general cargo ship was struck by an explosive device, injuring 2 sailors. The EU strongly condemns a resumption of Houthi attacks. These are not isolated events. These are directly connected to the conflict in Yemen, the stability of the region, and international security. Attacks on international shipping violate the freedom of navigation. Freedom of navigation is a global public good. We require global effort to protect it. The European Union is doing its part. Operation Aspides is active along the main sea lines of communication. It has directly protected more than 560 vessels, and it has monitored and supported the transit of another 600 commercial ships. The anti-air frigates deployed by our member states protect 1 ship every day on average. We have now extended the operation until February next year and are considering further extension. But I want to underline that any future solution to the conflict in Yemen should also include an agreed understanding on security in the Red Sea and maritime security more broadly. We should work towards this together. For example, we can all support the Yemeni Coast Guard more to build up their capacity to do their job effectively. A third example is Gaza. No conflict has shaped the world and tested international resolve more than Gaza. Qatar felt the spillover of this conflict firsthand. Your sovereignty was attacked directly, as was your vital mediation role in the Middle East. We strongly condemned the strike and welcome the apology you received from the Israeli Prime Minister. Peace in the Middle East requires a major international effort and with the support at scale. Like you, we also welcomed the President Trump Gaza peace plan. The announced acceptance of the proposal by Hamas is important. We must now come together to encourage both sides to work on the full implementation of the plan. The durability of peace, however, is dependent on the 2-state solution. On this, we all agree. This is why we must keep on building on the momentum from the UN General Assembly last week. Our collective task now is to create political horizon for talks to resume. The 3 examples I gave you are the most pressing concerns we face in this region today. But there are many more areas where the interests of the Gulf countries and the European Union overlap, where our collaboration is key to making progress. Ultimately, we are all better off in a world where might does not make right, where cooperation is our choice over confrontation, and where diplomacy counts. So let me thank you once again for being here tonight. I look forward to the productive exchange and to also hearing your ideas. Thank you.